The Nintendo Switch has a ton of Super Mario games. From parties to sports, from RPGs to Mario Kart. Today we're gonna find out which of these games is the best and rank them all. I tried to do my ranking based on, I think, the quality of these games, but obviously it's my ranking and yours will probably be different. So let me know down in the comments below where you agree or disagree. And with that out of the way, let's start off with Super Mario 35. Let's look at some gameplay now. Oh yeah, there isn't any, because Nintendo took this game off the eShop. It was at one point a Mario game you can play, and if you still have it downloaded on your Switch, you can technically enter it, so it counts, but yeah, okay. Thanks Nintendo, really cool. Number 18 is the Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Do you remember those 2020 Tokyo Games that definitely happened in 2020? Jokes aside, Mario and Sonic has always been kind of a soft spot for me. I did love the games back on the Wii, but they've definitely been going downhill, and this one is kind of no exception. It's essentially a minigame collection, but it doesn't hold a candle to other minigame collections on the Switch, even including other Mario Party games. There was a cool gimmick though with this one that I have to give them credit for. You could play as Mario and Sonic in 2D in like the 2D events. At least it's somewhat creative. I gotta give them props. For number 17, we have Mario Strikers Battle League. This is probably the most disappointing game on this list. Visually, it looks really good. They were still able to channel that gritty Strikers art style, but gameplay-wise, it's just not there. The game launched with essentially no content, and we got new content later on in the forms of characters and like, I think the clothing armor you could wear. But instead of loading this game up with a bunch of single-player content, cool power-ups, unique stages with different gimmicks, Nintendo decided to make this one a competitive online game that they barely supported and died immediately. So yeah, number 17 it is. Number 16 is Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. This is one of those games I actually really enjoy, so you might be wondering why it's ranked so lowly. Well, first of all, the game is like $100, and for the amount of content you get with that purchase, it's just not worth it. Setting up courses is really fun, but even if you have a big space to play this game, there's only so many courses you can make, and there's absolutely no reason to come back to this game after the first couple of times you've tried it. Number 15 is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Is this game bad? No, not at all. I mean, visually, it's kind of average. The music by Grant Kirkhope is great, but I don't know, man. I just didn't find the combat super engaging. It got boring after a bit, and it's just, I mean, it's okay. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is essentially Kingdom Battle with the new coat of paint and Rosalina. Again, it's cool seeing any other company besides Nintendo run a Mario game. I just wish I liked these games more. Number 13 is Super Mario Party. I hate Super Mario Party. I made a whole video why I hate this game. I think it's one of the worst in the entire Mario Party series, but it is still Mario Party. There are still fun minigames here. River Survival is actually a unique concept, and the character gimmick of each character having its own dice block is kind of cool. I mean, I gotta give props to that. The roster is also just huge. Definitely one of the worst Mario Party games, but at the end of the day, it will still be a decent time with your friends. Number 12 is Mario Golf Super Rush. This game got way more support than Strikers Battle League, and overall is just a lot more creative. There are actually unique game modes here, such as like speed golf, where you have to run to your golf ball. I mean, it's definitely a fun one, but along with number 11, Mario Tennis Aces, it just goes to show the problem of Mario sports games on the Switch. It feels like they lack that creativity that we saw throughout the GameCube and Wii Sports era. Maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it's rose-tinted glasses. I don't think it is though, because everyone else agrees. There's just something off about these sports games. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that they launched terribly and then released new characters and maps and, you know, game modes and stuff later on. I don't know. Number 10 is Paper Mario the Origami King. This is a really fun RPG. The writing is hysterical. The worlds are really well crafted. It's a visually beautiful game, but the story finds itself falling into generic tropes, and it's a really fun RPG when you're not in the battles. I'm sorry, I do not like these battles. I can see what they were going for. It's just not fun. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is a game that kind of got absolutely murdered by another game that we'll talk about later on this list. I still maintain that this is a great package and a great value. People sleep on this game because it's a port of a game from 2012, but out of all the Nintendo Switch ports, this one has arguably the most content that was added in at launch, besides maybe Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because that game got a whole new battle mode. But New Soup Deluxe had not one but two new characters and the entirety of New Super Luigi U, which is one of the best, honestly, I'm just gonna say right here, this might be controversial, it's probably my favorite out of the New Soup series. One of the most underrated games Nintendo ever made, and it's just added in completely free with this bundle. Mario RPG is a game that people never thought would get remade. Originally developed by Square Enix, this was Mario's first foray into the world of RPGs, and at points it definitely shows. Despite the remake looking beautiful, there are parts of this game where you can tell, oh yeah, this was definitely an SNES game. But even still, I don't care. The music is great, the story is awesome, the original characters are cool, there are tons of fun minigames and stuff. If you've never played this game and you like Paper Mario or Mario Luigi, you owe it to yourself to pick this up now that it's been HD beautifully remastered on Switch. Super Mario Maker 2 honestly should have been at a higher place on this list. If Nintendo kept updating this game for as long as they updated Mario Maker 1, or at least as long as it felt like they updated Mario Maker 1, this game would probably be a lot higher on the list. I remember Mario Maker 1 getting different like amiibo costumes added in for so long, and we got a ton of cool stuff in the updates for Maker 2. The world map creator, the Legend of Zelda power-up, tons of new enemies and objects. They were all really cool, but I wish they just kept going. I mean, I feel like this game almost kind of fell off. Of course, there's still a hardcore community that surrounds it, but it feels like that community didn't grow much after Mario Maker 1 on the Wii U, which is weird because you're going from the Wii U to the Switch. The community should have, theoretically, it should have gotten bigger tenfold. The game is awesome. If you don't have it and you want just an infinite amount of decent 2D Mario levels, I would say it's a no-brainer. I don't necessarily think it reached its full potential, but don't let that deter you from picking it up. It's a great package. And the campaign in this game, too, the campaign in this game is actually really good. There's like 100 levels. Obviously, Nintendo made them all in the Mario Maker level editor, so it's not like they're not super creative with gimmicks like Wonder or something, but it's very fun. Number 6 is Mario Party Superstars. Imagine if Super Mario Party was actually good. Now, I'm still not sold on ND Cube. I think the only reason this is good is because they took the board designs from the original Mario Parties. Same with all of the minigames. The character roster is lackluster, there's only 5 boards, it never got any meaningful updates. This game theoretically shouldn't be this high on the list, but because they took all the stuff from actually good Mario Party games, it's way up there. This game is a blast. It's just one of those where you can put it on with friends and always have a good time. You'll always be yelling at the TV, and they added in online play, which is dope too. Mario Party never had that before. This game came out, and I guess Super got updated right before this game came out, but still, I mean, it's just awesome to be able to play an actually good Mario Party game online with friends. For number 5, we have Super Mario 3D All-Stars. This is 3 great games in one mediocre collection. I mean, they were updated to HD, but not remastered at all. There's no additional content added to any of these, and the only extra bonus content you get is a CD player that plays the OST. It's as bare bones gets, but it honestly just straight up doesn't matter when you're compiling 3 of the greatest games of all time. Super Mario 64 is a beautiful game that shows you exactly how Mario started and is full with straight up beautiful platforming bliss. Super Mario Sunshine is a unique take on the 3D Mario genre by placing it all in one consistent location of Isle Delfino and attempting to have some semblance of a story. This game is definitely the black sheep of the collection, but Flood's mechanics are super fun and some of the platforming here is really difficult. It's a great time. Last but not least, Super Mario Galaxy. Some people don't like this game. They say the movement's a little slow, but I mean, everyone who likes this game knows why it's so good. The level design is absolutely phenomenal, visually stunning, especially in HD. What can I even say about the music? This game belongs in a museum. 3D All-Stars as a collection is carried on the curtails of its predecessors, but considering you get 3 of the greatest games of all time, it's carried all the way up to number 5 on this list. Number 4, we have Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Who would have thought in the year 2023 we'd get a brand new Mario 2D platformer that completely reinvented the series in so many ways. The Wonder Flower and Wonder mechanic takes every single level and flips it on its head. The consistent stream of new enemies, gimmicks, creative ideas, coupled with its awesome new art style, incredible overworld, brilliant level design, insane revelation for the Mario franchise in the form of badges, there's just so much to be said here. This game is a masterpiece. Nintendo officially put 2D Mario back on track with this one. For number 3 on this list, we have Super Mario Odyssey. If you're looking for a solo 3D platforming adventure, I'm extremely comfortable in saying this is the best game you can buy. Odyssey is filled with creative ingenuity at every turn. The capture mechanic is phenomenal. Every kingdom is memorable and has stuck to my head to this day. I still find myself humming the music from this game, and I'll even occasionally boot it up to play some Luigi's Balloon World. Super Mario Odyssey is one of the best games Nintendo has ever made, but it didn't beat out 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. First of all, I am a sucker for multiplayer. I can play through the most beautiful single-player game of all time and absolutely love it. Call it a 10 out of 10. But if you put me in a room with my friends playing a game that's multiplayer, that's also really fun, I'm just naturally gonna enjoy it more because humans are social creatures. We like playing games with our friends. It's just naturally how it is. Because of that, 3D World's excellent implementation into multiplayer makes it my favorite 3D Mario game of all time. Every single level has a unique new platforming mechanic. The level design in this game is phenomenal. Green stars are hidden around every corner. The power-ups are insane. The double cherry and cat power-ups deserve to go down in history as some of Mario's best. Oh yeah, and if you like that single player stuff, we got you covered. Bowser's Fury is a beautiful, absolutely euphoric 3-hour sneak peek into what the future of Mario could probably look like. Couple that with online play, an updated moveset from the Wii U version. I mean, what is there to say? This is the best Mario platforming game you can get on Switch. It's close between this and Odyssey, but in my opinion, 3D World wins hands down. Gee, 3D World had so much content. A full massive campaign with hundreds of levels, plus an open world 3-hour experience? What could possibly beat that? Yeah, okay, this game should not exist. 96 tracks in a Mario Kart game is absurd. I don't care that it took them almost a decade to get here. The fact that I can boot up a Mario Kart game on a cartridge as small as my pinky and have 95 incredible tracks plus Toad's Circuit is just a miracle. The biggest track list in a Mario Kart game by far. The biggest roster in a Mario Kart game by far. The most battle modes in a Mario Kart game by far. This game will go down in the record books as the Switch's best. It's the Switch's best seller for a reason, because not only do you take this miracle video game that should not exist, but then you put it on the console that was made for Mario Kart. The shot of the guys playing Mario Kart in the back of the van is obviously what sold everyone on this console. It is so easy to take it out and not only play on your own, but with split Joy-Con you can play multiplayer. It's almost unfair. I can't see any other Mario game ever beating this. For as long as the Switch exists, or hell, even for as long as the Switch is like Nintendo's main gimmick, even when the Switch 2 comes out, I firmly believe this game will stay planted on top of the list. Because even if they make a new Mario Kart, that's not gonna have 96 tracks. However, that's not to say Mario Kart 9 isn't gonna be awesome. In fact, we have a lot of ideas of how it could work, so why don't you click the video on screen right now to learn exactly what Mario Kart 9 could be, its new gimmicks, tracks, characters, and everything. Check it out.